Brooklyn, New York, the final stop on Mugen Season 20 Reclamation Tour, at least for Turmoil, comes tonight. An impromptu main event set up last week. The challenge was thrown down by NS Quartz and Jason Clinton Sensation. Good to be here in Brooklyn for our final Turmoil of the season.
One would say it's the season finale, Jake Allen. We have the living legend Larry Mugen taking on the future legend NS Quartz, aka the Crimson Sentinel. Quartz has been back with the mission, and the mission is to right the wrongs of OCW's illustrious history as well as its present-day CCW champion by way of B17. What say you, Jake Allen?
It has been a confusing journey, to say the least. I think a lot of people are seeing through a lot of what Quartz has to say. Of course, the disrespect shown to a lot of the legends last week, uncalled for. He's going to get his final chance to shut him up, that being Mugen, here in our main event. Man himself, former four-time world champion NS Quartz. A lot different than the man we thought we saw return at OCW's 20th anniversary. You see him walking out here, Jason Sensation, throwing up the X, reminding everybody what he did to B17.
Knocked him on his ass is what he did, Jake Allen. This is going to be an interesting contest. Let's not forget, if you check the books on this season, B17 doesn't have very few singles losses, but he does have a singles loss to the man in the ring right now, the living legend Larry Mugen. Larry says he's protecting his investment, if you will. Probably some, I don't know. I don't trust Larry. That son of a bitch stole my company about 8 years ago. I want it back though, because you know these hands is like thunder and lightning. But I digress, Jake Allen. It's about the main event. NS Quartz, shades of Vegeta if you nasty, taking on Larry Mugen.
The gauntlet was thrown down last week. Of course, we've had chaos all night long, boss, as it always is. The new NS Quartz against the living legend Larry Mugen in our main event.
Look at that stand out.
Let me stop you right there, Greg.
Quartz stopping Greg from ringing the bell.
Is he about to call an audible? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, good. He's going to talk to us. Great.
Fantastic. A nice flip.
Last week, Mugen, I said you'd be facing a disrespected, forgotten workhorse of this business. I never said it would be me. As far as I'm concerned, you don't even deserve to stand in the same ring as me. But
nonsense.
I do know someone whose efforts have been soundly rejected, someone who deserves far more than you and your constituents ever gave him.
Oh my God.
What is happening? Quartz calling an audible like you said. Maybe an ally, former light heavyweight champion Anthony Baker is here.
Talk about an audible. This really is a chaotic ass show, Jake Allen. If you're gonna tell me that Anthony goddamn Baker is in the main event on Turmoil in the season finale, talk about the okie doke of the century. Quartz brought it up. He said,
clearly the manipulation by Quartz, some would call it cowardice to get away from Mugen right here, but This is a different Anthony Baker than we last saw a couple of years ago, boss.
I mean, if you want some more deep lore, there was a faction called the Purge once upon a time back in OCW's yesteryear. I would say maybe around the time when I lost my goddamn company about 8 years ago. Was that 2016? Either way, Anthony Baker was a staunch proponent, a staunch ally of the one living legend Larry Mugen until he was thrown into the goddamn East River by Larry. Actually, no, might have been Philadelphia. I get my bodies of order confused sometimes, Jacob. It happens in my advanced age.
Based on the man who fished out Anthony Baker from the river, I'm going to say it was Philadelphia.
Yeah, there you go. Glad we got some clearance on that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. We haven't seen Baker in a hot minute, so to see if he is capable of standing up to his former mentor, Larry Mugen, it's going to be interesting.
Will be interesting.
Look at him.
You see Quartz giving a pep talk right now to Anthony Baker.
Oh, my God.
And the match is on. Greg, ring the bell. An impromptu match out of an impromptu match.
Ooh.
The living legend Larry Mugen looking as suave and careful and calculated as usual, maybe to the detriment as Baker getting off to a hot start with some kicks.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Larry. Baker's okay in my book, but I kind of do hope that, oh, wait a minute, never mind. We got to get some wacky, waveable inflatables. Clotheslines knocking Baker on his ass in the main event.
In the early going as well, boss. Anthony Baker now the cover. The living legend Larry Mugen, of course, accolades that could stretch across time and space.
Jesus.
I'll be the first one to tell you. Anthony Baker was once a part of the Purge. As you mentioned, boss, he was also Russ Cole's opponent in the first North American Championship match back at In Games 2021. Been a very long time since we've seen him, and right now looking to be in great shape in the main event.
It's a deep lore addition in the main event. Jesus Christ. Haven't seen Baker slow ass clothesline. Good God Almighty. Out goes Anthony Baker. And out goes Larry eating much required nonsense.
Now landing on the reinforced padding. Mugen, these two going to go to battle on the outside. Mugen, of course, has to have eyes in the back of his head as Quartz still sitting here next to us at ringside watching on. And Anthony Baker with a big-time striking combination. Also a former member of B2O alongside Harvey Hamilton Ocean. Wonder who made that connection.
Oh, there you go. A lot of lore packets. The funny part about this is when you mention, I think this was definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional when it comes to Larry and his history. Quartz has been, Jesus Christ, Back in the Future, has been going after the history of OCW, so what better way than to use history as a weapon, especially in this instance.
Now, Mugen with a strike combination of his own, and Anthony Baker countering. Talk about strike combinations. Must be training in the background, but you can never count out the living legend Larry Mugen as a part of this Reclamation Tour, boss. We remember one hell of an international championship reign. Here is the cover. And the former international champion, former multiple-time world champion, former man who tried to take over your company is now fighting alongside what appears to be somewhat of a growing group that favors B17. Mugen's investment, more lariats. Ends it with 4 of them, and that was 4 mines, maybe.
Four mines lariats by Lethal Larry, and he hooks it up. Oh, that's a modified Michelle Obama. With the bridge, check out.
Wow, no Michelle Obama. Fell straight back into a fisherman's buster. Just a 1 count can happen at any time, as we have seen all year long, all night long. You never know what to expect. Right now, Mugen trying to pick up a massive win in the season finale of Turmoil here in our main event, Brooklyn, New York, twitch.tv/OCWFED, and now showing off the charisma of the living legend Larry Mugen, the veteran here in this contest. Anthony Baker, that scissors takedown.
This is a takedown. Keeper still pretty even in this contest. Baker don't really look. He lost a little bit of a step, but not a big step, I suppose. But shouts out to, I guess, Quartz just avoiding every amount of action that he can. Action and responsibility. He talks the big game, but he's not back. All he was successful to do is murder trash. But that's easy. You just step on garbage and burn it, and that's it. But
Right. This is
look at that.
This is the second time Quartz has been removed from a scheduled contest over the last month. Of course, he was also scheduled to take on Alexander Bolek. didn't seem to like that decision. This one fully in his own hands, as I guess you and the rest of our management team's pretty okay with it. Baker right back into the corner,
Jesus.
and a boot wash takes down Mugen in the corner. That may do it. The cover, no, not even close.
That's 8 years of resentment, Jake Allen. He ain't forgetting about Philadelphia. That river's cold as hell, brother. Woo. Oh, nice counter by Larry.
Mugen now big counter, grabbing at the arm, maybe looking for another short arm lariat. Does not connect. Baker now going to fire back in these Muay Thai knees. It's like every attack thrown by Baker has been a series of kicks and strikes to the upper body of Mugen. And now Baker going to get crazy. Hurricane run out of the corner. Mugen caught off guard, was not expecting to face not just this opponent as a 2 count happens, but just completely flipped the script. Quartz goes 290. Anthony Baker would be lucky if he hits 190.
That's a wonderful point, and you see Quartz looking on, pleased. Nice drop to the pay winner, not really doing anything. Shades of Rex in the work smarter not harder category. Jesus Christ! Oh my goodness!
That's one way to put it. A lot of pro Mugen fans here in Brooklyn.
I ain't one.
Would call him scared.
Shooketh, maybe?
After the words we heard from you. Yes, shooketh. That is cool. Well, don't look over at me there, big fella.
Yeah.
That's I'm just relaying the message. And right now, Baker relaying the damage from whatever this partnership is between Anthony Baker and Quartz. Dropkick in the corner doesn't connect, and Mugen has the opportunity, an open window. It could be
this time it is.
Michelle Obama.
This time it is. No more official, good old Michelle Obama. We haven't seen a wacky way. We haven't seen an Mugen Nation thus far. Wait a minute.
Well, ask and you shall receive.
God damn it, Larry, you
This time, Baker has no choice but to land very hard on the canvas and not into the Philadelphia River.
Yeah.
As Mugen fires back out of that corner, now going for the lower body, trying to maybe weaken some of those kicks. And rockabye Baker.
And just like that, looks like Larry's kicking in the clutch. That's what a lot of the old school people do. Look at Baker define the laws of gravity, ethics, and logistics with that just sauntering before he almost took a bit of a tumble. That's how you blow an ACL, Hoot. Oh God.
And now into the barricade. Yeah, when you're dealing with the living legend Larry Mugen, the laws of space and time themselves can be bent. But right now, Baker bending the side of the head with those shoot kicks. Rapid kicks to the chest and head, and Baker celebrating now.
He just concussed the ever-loving hell out of Larry Mugen. We got a count. Is he going to get a count out?
He wants the count out win here.
Yep.
We're at 6. Greg's count. What is?
We got a 7.
A 7 count. Mugen starting to rise, get back to his feet, and now Baker interrupting the count. Oh God!
Boy.
As if it wasn't obvious, Quartz leaving the side of the announce table and drops Mugen with a Black Phoenix. Greg is none the wiser. Vision being blocked.
Oh my God! This
not
is
good enough to wrestle, but good enough for this crap.
This is what, honestly, this is something that this is like 8 years in the making. Larry deserves this.
Oh, now look at this, and now shaking Greg, telling him to turn around. What is this guy? Can you not hear the cover now?
Can't hear the crowd. Got a 1. We got a 2.
After the Black Phoenix, Baker picks up the win.
That's what you get, stupid. Took your eyes off
the numbers game.
Some kind of alliance, though, Jake Allen, with Anthony Baker of all people in Quartz. They wearing red, and Sentinel have a disciple. See what I did there? Clever.
Maybe just now delivering marching orders as Baker exits the ring, and I think this is what Quartz wanted all along, a free shot at a damaged Hall of Famer. No, wait, quick counter from Mugen, he's fighting back.
Larry's trying to fight back, and he just had a goddamn match. Quartz fetches the daisy.
Could be setting up for the one wing. Oh no, Baker is back with a steel chair.
Generally, I feel bad for Larry, but I remember the purge, Hoot. Sometimes grudges don't go away. I should know I'm a very grudge-mental person. And Quartz, one more time for your mind. Is he waiting? What's he? Oh, God. Oh.
I think
Is he instructed?
give him more marching orders. He wants Baker to deliver the killing blow on that chair. Baker's
Ah! That's vintage Baker. Jesus Christ. Wow.
This is the season finale of Turmoil, and boss, I got more questions than answers.
Join the club, Jake Allen. I just work here sometimes. Today's one of those days. I think we have another member of, I guess, Quartz Brigade against the past. The past with the less than past. The Crimson Sentinel, I guess, once again rise. Again. Good night.